Hi, so we are back on our Andor watch. We're going to watch episode 7 and see how far we can get tonight. Hopefully watch a little bit more. I did have some stray thoughts on the last episode, as I usually do. Not so much scientific points as intellectual ones. In a previous video I did with Andrew Donaldson on leadership and starship captains and so forth, one of the things I talked about was the difference between strategy and tactics. Tactics are what you use to fight an individual battle. Flank left, bring in the reinforcements, send in the cavalry, whatever. Tactics are how you win an individual moment in time. Strategy is your overall goal, your overarching goal to accomplish what are you trying to do, basically. Tactics are how you try to win this particular fight. Strategy is about what you're trying to do in fighting that particular fight. And this is called out specifically in the episode that Cassian talks to Luthen about Gorman, and Cassian is thinking tactically. He's thinking the Gormans don't know what they're doing. If they do this action where they steal these weapons, it's not going to really prove anything. It's just going to agitate the Empire. This is not a battle we can win. And Luthen literally says to him, don't think like a soldier, think like a leader. Think strategically. Gorman is a famous planet. It has lots of money. If it's in play in the rebellion, it will inspire others to rebel. If the Empire cracks down too hard, that will show the galaxy how ruthless it is. Luthen is thinking strategically that enlisting Gorman in the cause can advance the cause of the rebellion. Cassian is thinking tactically, there's no winning scenario here where Gorman is freed of Imperial oppression. These conflicts between strategy and tactics can show up. Sometimes you can win a battle tactically, but lose it strategically. The most famous of if you've ever heard the phrase Pyrrhic victory, there was a General Pyrrhus who fought against the Romans in the 4th century BC, who won his battles, but won them at such high cost that he eventually lost the war, because Rome could tolerate losses much bigger than he could. We've seen this specifically in Star Wars. In Rogue One, the Empire, at the end of the Battle of Scarif, wins a tactical victory. They destroy a lot of rebel ships. They kill or capture a lot of rebels, including Admiral Raddus. They destroy or capture the Profundity, the rebel flagship. These are losses the rebellion can't afford. And the cost to them is some TIE fighters, this facility on Scarif, and a couple of Star Destroyers, which they can easily spare. So it's a tactical victory for the Empire. The rebels have to flee the field in the end. But it is a strategic disaster for them because, first of all, it is the first time the rebels unite and stand against the Empire, which will set the stage for the rest of the rebellion. But more importantly, they get the plans for the Death Star, which they will eventually destroy and will show the Empire is weak and can be withstood. So, tactical victory, they won that day on the field. Strategic loss overall for the conflict against the rebellion, it was a disaster. And I was thinking of that particularly with the end of episode 6. What we see is what the Gorman rebels are going to regard as a tactical win. They captured these weapons. They showed the Empire's lying, that they're building this weapons facility there. That Gorman is being lied to and being taken advantage of by the Empire. Strategically, though, it's a loss. They're being manipulated by the Empire. They're being manipulated towards the Empire's ends. And this is probably going to end badly for them in this next arc. On the other hand, you could turn it around and say, but it's also might end up being a strategic loss for the Empire. If they crack down on Gorman too hard, which they're likely to do since they want to strip mine the planet, it's going to look very bad for them, going to be very bad politically. So it's nice to have these sort of, a lot of ins and outs, a lot of, trying to figure out who's benefiting for what. Fortunately, I'm sticking to a strict drug regimen to keep my mind limber. Ibuprofen's a drug. So anyway, that was my thought. We're getting to really into the strategy that Luthen and the Empire are using to try to outwit each other. I'm guessing that's going to come to a head in this arc. Let's jump in. Episode 7, The Messenger. I mean, we only saw it briefly in A New Hope, but Yavin has such an emotional resonance for me. Seeing the rebellion on Yavin really makes me think that we're into the rebellion era. Oh, Wilmon. Glad he's not somewhere huffing fumes with Saw. Oh, I feel you, Cassian. I feel you. Hopefully you don't have a torn rotator cuff.
Easy.
That was easy.
Pick another spot.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Kind of a side note here, but one of the things I do like about the Star Wars universe is, generally speaking, you don't get these super ripped physiques you do in other fictional universes. I mean, Diego Luna is in very good shape. I wish I were in as good shape as Diego Luna, but he doesn't look roided up and all that stuff. He looks like someone who's just in shape. I like their little setup here.
Where were you?
It really makes Yavin look lived in. That's what we like, lived in universe.
Ready to work.
There was a firebombing last night at the naval terminal in Palmo. You can see behind me vapor.
We've got the
thermal
Imperial
still
propaganda
rising
network
from
going
the site.
strong.
The number of Imperial casualties is still unknown.
She destroyed Ferrix. She killed my father. You know her?
Oh yes,
She's there in Gorman.
Bix knows
In the
her.
open, I've seen her. She's there now, and she's there waiting to be killed. And I know you're gonna say it's for revenge, but it's not.
There is apparently no suitable replacement or synthetic alternative for the Gorman substrate material.
I see.
Historical precedent here that there were a lot of attempts, some successful, by the Nazis to create synthetics, fuel and oil and rubber and so forth, so that they could be independent of those resources for invasions of other countries. And some successful, some less so. So like any empire, they can't manufacture what they want, so they're just going to take it.
You're aware, sir, that the insurgents have weapons at this point.
We're counting on it.
Oh. Yep. They wanted them to get weapons. Easier to kill them if they're
At the Naval
armed.
Depot. Now there's evidence I have to beg for
We are trying to prevent an incident.
by keeping me in the dark.
Almost there, Cyril. You're almost there.
Do what I told you.
You're really close to the truth, Cyril. You're really close. You know in your heart what's going on.
I'm requesting a new driver.
Don't. They might send someone smart.
I like Erskine.
We lead from Gorman again this morning.
I think he was
with
in
reports
Rebels.
of another terrorist attack.
I've done a poor job letting you know how much I admire your grace and energy.
He's saying goodbye to her. He
Protect
knows.
yourself.
He knows his days are numbered. At some point, the Empire's going to kill him or arrest him or something. Oh man, that's heartbreaking. Because that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take all that away from you. I mean, I don't think we've seen Force healers before. Not from non-Jedi, at least.
Thank you.
Thank you for what?
The clarity. You. All that you've been gathering. The strength of spirit. Surely you must feel it.
I'll work on that. Come back and let you know.
You saw something. I sense the weight of things. Things I can't see. Pain, fear, need. Your pilot. They're gathering as they go. There's a purpose to it. He's a messenger.
That scene kind of got to me. One of the things that bad Star Wars writers sometimes forget is that the Force isn't just about superpowers and plot points. The idea of the Force is it's supposed to be a belief system, a faith. You know, not quite a religion, but, you know, an ethos, I guess, maybe. And it's more than just lifting objects and rocks and so forth. And Yoda goes into this great deal in depth in Empire Strikes Back, that it's about, a way of seeing the universe. And so one of the things that what I think was very true about Rogue One and is very true about this episode is you sometimes feel the absence of the Jedi, that because they're all but extinct, people have sort of lost touch with the Force. And so we haven't seen the Force before in the series, and so bringing it back in this way, where it's more of Cassian's destiny and so forth, I think that was really lovely. It was a really nice scene. And as we know, Cassian is a messenger. He will deliver one of the most important messages in the history of the galaxy. So tells you how well they've developed this planet, that even though it was out of focus, based on the V kind of architecture, the way it's designed, instantly knew this was on Gorman.
If I had something to offer, if we could lay this off on outsiders, then...
Earn that one, Cyril. It's not outside agitators. They're legitimately pissed.
She called you a messenger. I've had dreams like that.
Why are you doing this?
What if it's important? I know you felt something, that's why you're so upset.
God, I love the relationship between these two. It's like she's not just his love interest, she's part of his journey. And he's part of hers. It's really nice to see this actualization between them. There is a lot of welding that goes on in a rebellion. You ever notice that? A lot of welding. Like, if you have a welder's license, you are guaranteed full-time employment.
The day I need permission to come and go, I'm gone.
That day is near.
Yep. It's not just rebels anymore. It's becoming a rebellion, an organized thing.
Ferries. Stone and Sky.
Stone and Sky, I really like that bond that the Ferric survivors have. There's so few of them left.
She will report it. We turn over our guest list each afternoon.
Good to know.
You'll have to carry your own bag this time. Another way.
Oh, he recognizes him. Cassian really does have friends everywhere. Classic scene. Time to assemble the sniper rifle. I don't think they'd have him kill off Dedra just yet. Hear the Empire, see the Empire. Is that it? All right. Not a lot to talk about. This is all, basically set up. I said what I thought earlier about the Force Healer, that I like the way they bring the Force into this, the same way they did in Rogue One, where it's more of a religion, more of a ethos, more of a set of beliefs than superpowers and Jedi and so forth. And I do like that emphasis that Cassian about his important role to play, which we, having watched Rogue One, know that's what that's going to be. But maybe he'll have something important to do on Gorman as well. So I'm actually don't have much to say. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and skip right to the next episode without any further ado. God, look at that. That Imperial facility now dominates the town.
Did you know about this?
No, about what?
They're pulling it all in.
Pulling what from where?
Oh, is he, good on Wilmot. He's got a girl in every port, it seems.
The Empire has been patient long enough.
Our struggles with Gorman are well documented at this point.
The Empire's been patient. We haven't murdered them all yet. And we're running out of patience. We want to murder them.
Even some Gormans have already been asking how long the Empire's patience can be tested, and here we are this morning with rumours of a general strike and mass demonstrations.
And then there's propaganda network repeating almost word for word what Pendergast said.
Can calm the situation
Partagast,
down.
whatever his
The
name is.
casualties from yesterday.
Oh, this is all ominous. He sees it. He sees it.
We've had reports all night. There's mining equipment being dropped all over the planet. Rigs and drones.
It's a rumor.
What kind of a being are you?
It's all falling apart for Cyril right now.
What's in our ground?
I'm not sure I'll be back.
Not to worry, you were never here. Didn't lock you in.
No. Friends everywhere.
I hope things work out for you.
Rebellions are built on hope.
He said the line. Oh man, that got to me. Cassian will say it and then Jen will say it. Galaxy is watching, but they're watching on the Imperial Propaganda Network.
Insurgents spread rumours through the night and have organised this highly volatile insurrection you see behind me now.
This is one of the things that, I mean, it shows up in other series like Babylon 5 especially. The way official authorities lie and deceive and twist everything to make the good guys look bad. I realize it's a script writing thing, but it also has happened in real life with propagandists for Nazis and communists and all kinds of authoritarians. And it's one of those things that will always, always get to me. Maybe it's because I'm a scientist and, facts matter, blah, blah, I don't know. But it is one of those things, one of those tropes that will always get me angry when you have people spewing propaganda and lies like that, and in real life too. Oh, hello. Ooh. I don't know if any of you have played the Fallen Order games, but those KX droids in the games are terrifying. If the Empire has those, they are expecting trouble. They are expecting to make trouble. Here we go.
You will march them out there immediately and secure the area, or you can all finish your days in an Imperial brig.
Send out the inexperienced soldiers into a volatile situation. What could possibly go wrong? I'm reminded of the Marseille singing scene in Casablanca. This defiance against evil.
What have you done?
Look at he's shaken.
Close it.
How long have you known about all this?
Whoa.
We can discuss this later.
Whoa.
It's too late already. Please. You couldn't even wait.
Whoa.
You tell me it's a rumor, and I will throw you out that window.
Good God, Cyril.
You didn't seem to mind the promotions.
Basically, I was just following orders.
Good luck, Tetra.
Good for Cyril. I mean, the hands-on I didn't approve of, obviously, but good for him for walking away once he realized what they were on it. I never thought I'd say good for Cyril. This show surprises me at every turn. But it's not going to surprise me now. This is building towards something really awful.
Move out!
You can just feel it. I'm feeling sick, pit of my stomach. Something so bad is going to happen. I mean, I'm hoping it can be avoided, but I think the Empire is set on creating a bad situation. Why do you need a path to the monument anyway? It's just to create this situation. Scumbag.
Fire at will. Repeat. Fire at will.
They're going to start shooting. Oh, they shot their own man.
Man down! Get him out of here! Open fire!
Oh, God, here we go. Imperial troopers can't hit crap, but if you're just firing into a crowd. And they're trapped. He said they closed the exits, there's nowhere to go. Oh, don't you smile, you son of a bitch. Your own men are getting killed. Stay in cover, guys. And you can see Cassian and Wilmot are staying in cover, but the Gore are running out, breaking cover, and getting killed.
Put them out there.
Uh-oh. Ooh! Not her. God, his whole world's coming apart. I think he actually, believed he was doing the right thing. And that the Empire was a force for good. And now he's seeing what he supported. Maybe this turns him to the rebellion, I don't know, but... God damn it, you're making me feel sympathy for Cyril. How did you do that? Oh, is he gonna see Cassian? He's gonna go ape if he does. Oh. It's not even about Cassian at this point, it's just all the rage. This is a brutal fight. It's just Cassian's skill against Cyril's feral rage.
Who are you?
Oh, God. Oh, he was lowering his weapon, too. I guess I'm glad it was Rylance who got him, but... Proud of what you've done? Monster.
Look at me!
Oh, goodness. Oh, those droids are even more brutal in live action than on video games. Good God. It's not going to do any good.
Captain!
Oh, that'll do it. Oh, and he got some redemption. Good for him.
You go. I'll be alright, you'll see.
Oh.
Please. I can't leave her behind.
Uman, don't get trapped.
Ferrix.
Stolen Sky.
It's little moments like that that get to me. Like the horror is bad, but those little moments of hope and connection and bravery, that's what really gets to me.
The imperial murder of Gorman has begun. There are hundreds of bodies this moment. As I say these words, hundreds of murdered Gorman lay dead in Vamo Plaza. This is murder! The Empire built this fire. They made this fire and led us to the slaughter. Now they expect us
God,
to
look
die
at
without
Rylance.
knowing why.
Just
The conspiracy we feared is real.
she knows Cyril's dead. This is what you wanted. This is your crowning glory, Didra.
Even as our fallen heroes are beginning their final journeys home, questions are being asked about how an insurrection of this scale could be mounted.
Or are you going to make me feel bad for Cyril's
in the
mom?
days to come, as the imperial martyrs of Gorman are mourned.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I think I was talking, but I may have just been like sitting here staring at the screen for the last 20 minutes, as far as I know. That was the best, most devastating thing we've seen from Star Wars since The Empire Strikes Back, at least. It wasn't just, I mean, the episode built with this sense of impending doom, and then it hit, and it was harder than even I expected. But the whole series has been building to that. This retroactively makes this first 7 episodes even better, because now you can see how everything was building up to this moment, to what I'm assuming will be the climax of the series. And then everything after here will be denouement. But yeah, there's nothing. God, this series is so good. That may be not just one of the best hours of television I've seen in a long time, but one of the most important. I mean, this happens in real life. We had, in this country, we've had the Boston Massacre. I mean, that was a little bit more ambivalent about who was to blame for that, which is why the soldiers got acquitted. There's the Kent State Massacre. I'm thinking of that, where students were protesting the Vietnam War and were fired upon about the National Guard. And interestingly, and this may plug into what's going to happen next, the public initially blamed the students for that massacre, and thought that the National Guard were acting in self-defense. Tiananmen Square, that's another one that occurs. I may get this channel blocked in China. I don't care at this point. There's actually one in particular it reminds me of, and you'll forgive me if I Google to make sure I get the details right. So one I thought of, because it's portrayed in the movie Gandhi, was the Jallianwala, I'm probably mispronouncing this, Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, or the Amritsar Massacre. There was a crowd of protesters. I think they were protesting for Indian independence. This was in 1919. And soldiers from the Empire, not British soldiers, but soldiers that worked with them, closed off the square where they were in and started firing, and basically kept firing until they ran out of ammunition. And it says here, anywhere between 379 and 1,500 people killed, probably about 1,000 people killed. And it was just a complete massacre. So I was reminded of that, where you have an empire. I mean, the British Empire wasn't obviously as evil as the Galactic Empire, but you have an empire with a colony and people closed in, And I mean, they did that in the episode. They closed people in and then just started shooting and shooting and shooting until everyone was dead or had found a way out. This created a big, unlike the Kent State, there was a public backlash against this. Winston Churchill, in particular, denounced it, which, if you know Winston Churchill's history, he wasn't exactly sympathetic to India. So that's how bad it was. Now I'm thinking about it, though, there's one other one, the Tlatelolco massacre. I'm probably mispronouncing that. This was in 1968. There had been conflicts between left-wing groups backed by the Soviet Union and the right-wing government backed by the United States, what we called the Dirty War for a while. And there were a lot of student protests, and there was a protest against the Olympics about 10 days before the Olympics. And the Mexican government opened fire. Several hundred people were killed. The reason that reminds me of this is it would later come out that the Mexican government had snipers in the buildings who opened fire on their own police in order to stimulate the massacre so that they could end the protest, basically. So that's another historical precedent. So this isn't just something that happened in Star Wars. This happens periodically. I mean, I'm just signed a couple, but it happens all over the world that, the governments respond with this kind of massacre. And more often than not, the governments seem to survive the bloodshed. They benefit from it. The Chinese government didn't fall after Tiananmen. The Vietnam War didn't end after Kent State. After the Boston Massacre, the British lost control of the colonies, but that would take another decade. The Mexican government stayed in power after the Tlatelolco Massacre. The British stayed in India for another 30 years. And these massacres, unfortunately, tend to work. And we'll see what happens. I think the Empire is obviously already spinning it to where this was an aggression by Gorman and so forth. And so when reports come out about Gorman being destroyed by their mining machines, no one's going to pay attention because they'll figure the Gormans have it coming. But we'll see. Sometimes, as they said in the episode, rebellions are built on hope. So, we know, because we know the future movies, we know that the rebellion builds and grows and the Empire eventually falls. But this might make things very difficult for our heroes for a while. So, but yeah, I can't say enough about that episode. Probably you can see the shocked look on my face. This was an amazing piece of television. And one of those things, there are a few pieces of movies or television that I can watch and I don't know if I can watch them again for a while. I'm going to have to watch this again to edit the video, so I don't have that choice. But Grave of the Fireflies is one of those. I watch it maybe once a decade, and I'm like, yeah, I can't watch this again for a while. It's going to be tough to rewatch this while I'm editing the video. Again, I know Andor isn't everyone's cup of tea, but if I feel like people are missing out, if it is your cup of tea, you just got something amazing. And the directing, the acting, the dialogue, the writing, the way everything built. It's easy to have pathos. It's easy to have people die. It's easy to have massacres on TV. Special effects and stunt doubles are cheap. But to make us care about it, to make it be so overwhelming, to make it feel like such a very real disaster that we have witnessed, that's something special. And something I'm kind of sad because I know we won't get it again. So anyway, that's my reactions to episodes 7 and 8. I will edit these and get them up as fast as possible. At this point, I'm still trying to get the first few episodes up. But, hey, maybe you're as far behind as I am. But yeah, it's a little late and my shoulder's hurting and I really can't watch episode 9 right now. After that, I need some time to unplug and defuse from that, because that's going to stick with me for a while. So we'll see each other soon when we do episode 9. But until then, it seems crass to ask you to like and subscribe and all that stuff. But do so if you like what the stuff I'm saying, and if you want to pay attention be notified when I get the next episodes up. So yeah, I'm Mike Siegel. I write for Ordinary Times. I'll probably be writing a lot about this series there. If you want to go and see what my thoughts are. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being with me as we watch this extraordinary series.